What's up, everybody? Adam with Meller Woodworks, and we are in Blanchard, Oklahoma today. We are almost completely done with our exterior. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our porch. So we have a wraparound porch that is gonna go basically one corner all the way to the other corner in this thing. It's, I think, 18 posts and like 90 rafters and something like that. So it's gonna be a lot of cutting over the course of the next few days. But what we're gonna do right now is just kind of get set up for layout. I'm gonna throw some string lines around, get all my marks on the ground so that way I know where I'm going, start getting brackets in the ground, so on and so forth. So we'll take you along the journey. I went around on all my corners of my porch pad and put in 2 stakes at each corner, and then I'm going to take this scrap 2x6 and just install it so that way I have something to attach my string line to, because I'm going to run a string line all the way around this sucker, so I know exactly where everything goes. Put this a little lower here. There you do. And just attach that to that. Oh, I hate dealing in dirt because I always hit a rock. Don't even need to make it level because it's just for a string line. I want 10 feet off the face of the wall. So it's 3.5 there. That's my average. So I want 10 feet off of the face of my wall to the outside of the header board. Open up my Construction Master Calculator 5. I pay for the subscription on my phone because it's one less thing to have to carry. If I had to carry the calculator around too, I'd buy that. I mean, you can buy it for like $30. You can do the subscription for like 50 or 60 or something like that a year, but it's just so much easier on the phone. So I just do it on the phone. It's better. Okay, so I want 120 off the wall. But I need to, 120 inches off the wall. And I need to get rid of 3.5 inches over there. No. I need to add 3 inches. And then subtract 1.5 inches for my header board. So I need to be at 121.5. There to there. So that's going to be 3.5 inches longer. So that's the 123.5. And then minus the header board, because I want the header board to be at the 10-foot mark. The header board's a 2x12, so that's 1.5 inches. So 123.5 minus 1.5 inches is 121.5. So that I know exactly where to put the screw on this board. I'm gonna follow this line, this pre-existing line on the concrete, right here, from where they leveled out the edge. I'm going to put the sucker on there to perfection. Right there, on it right there. And then it's my screw mark. Now I know when I put my screw right here, that's perfectly in line with that line. Okay, don't like it. Okay, don't rip my finger off, please. Come on, man. Here, do that. Oh yeah. Oh! This is the worst string line ever. Do this until it feels like it's gonna break. That will be, geez, so hard to do with gloves on. Don't break. What you can do about it. Don't break and come back and hit me in the nose. Okay. So I put some anchors directly in the corners because when you're by yourself, you don't have another set of hands and you need to run a tape measure 100 feet. You need something to hold on to. $16. Because I have my established line for how far I want to bring the post out this way, and then I have center. So I'll bring it to the line and then eyeball center right about there. Stabilize it. Make my mark, drill my hole. Okay, so that's my laser line right there. So that's 2 feet, 6 inches. So that's 3/4. Minus 3/4. Minus. Okay, I made it. Oh God. Oh. This is going to be very, very long, hard day. Why is this so heavy? Oh, it's so much lighter. That's awesome. Just put a set screw in the middle. Each one of these posts. When I stand them up, ready to go. Long walk to the other side. We have our subcontractors coming on Wednesday. They're going to start the drywall inside. They're going to do drywall, paint, flooring, trim, interior doors. tile, kitchen install, vanity installs. We're getting this thing knocked out. All right, so we are in porch mode now. I got Caden up on the ladder. He is installing these Simpson strong tie brackets. These are essentially just going right up underneath each one of these rafters and getting attached with the Simpson nails. They're the 1.5-inch galvanized nails. We're putting those on the sides here. But on the, I guess this is the end, really. On the sides, there's some spots for some more nails. And instead of driving nails straight in, what we like to do is kind of put them in at an angle. So we're hitting these with either nails or screws. I like using screws because it gives me a tighter, it sucks everything together nice and tight. So typically we'll use screws, but if we don't have screws available, we'll use long nails and just hammer these in. But we come in with long screws and put them in at an angle so that way it's going through the rafter and then into that back ledger board that you see up there, and it's getting us a very nice strong connection. Wanted just to give you an idea of how we're coming up with these two edges, because we got a roof that's pitched this way and a roof that's pitched that way. So we're meeting these two pitches on a corner. So we're running our purlins all the way up. I did a double rafter here, so that way I can get my angles perfect from the corner. So this is my perfect line in the corner. So I'm bringing up my purlins to that line, and then the purlins that are going to run this way are going to come up and have a 45 cut on it and butt up right here too. So essentially we're going to have a 90-degree turn. So it'll come in this way and then go straight that way. So we'll have a 90. That's our 45 cut, and that's how we wrap around. That's how we wrap the purlins around on our corners right here. Yes.